we go again. As we always do this time of year, we round up the current crop of big bore 450cc motocross bikes with the goal of determining which bike is best. Sounds simple, right? Well, it's not. In fact, determining a winner is getting harder and harder each year, and the painful cliche that each one of these bikes is great couldn't ring more true for 2018. There isn't a bad apple in the bunch. Instead, each one is a modern technical marvel, but they are indeed different animals on the track, each one having their own distinct personality, even between the Husky and KTM, two motorcycles that roll off the same assembly line in Austria. They all have the capability of getting to the checkered flag first, but there is always one bike that maybe does it a little better, perhaps a little easier, a little more consistently, and maybe even a little cheaper than all the rest. To find out which motorcycle that is, we ride them, work on them, and live with them for weeks.
After many weeks of testing and riding all 6 of these bikes at various tracks, determining an overall winner was difficult at best, as each bike has something to offer. Like the Kawasaki, a bike that's already proven itself a winner over the last few years. Although it hasn't seen any major technical updates since 2016, it is still an extremely competitive motorcycle with plenty of adjustability. You can tune the handlebars precisely, lower the foot pegs, go crazy with its air forks if you have the know-how and patience, and engine mapping if you purchase Kawasaki's accessory engine tuning device. But the Kawasaki wasn't our favorite bike. The Suzuki, as you know, is all new and yes, improved in just about every way, though we're disappointed that it, like the Kawasaki, doesn't have e-start and is still the heaviest bike in the class. However, on the track, the Suzuki performs well. It still turns on a dime, has a strong and user-friendly engine, and the new coil spring fork is a huge improvement over the previous air fork. It also handles well and has a solid suspension package. Overall, we really enjoyed the Suzuki, but the RMZ wasn't our favorite bike. The Yamaha got many major updates for 2018, including our favorite mod, electric starting. We're big fans of the button despite the minor weight disadvantage. E-start just makes life easier, and we're into that. And it can save you a ton of time on the track when, not if, you stall the engine in a turn or after a crash or whatever. The new YZ is a fantastic motorcycle. It has an outstanding motor and the best suspension package of the group, and we love the free engine tuning app. And yes, the blue rims too. The Husqvarna and KTM are very similar bikes, but a few seemingly minor technical differences actually separate them quite a bit on the track. Both bikes are awesome motorcycles. They have lots to offer, such as traction control that actually works, e-start, some of the best components of the group, mapping control, hydraulic clutches, and if you're into them, air forks. The WPs on the Husky and KTM are the best production air forks out there, but well, they're still air forks, and we're just not a big fan of air forks as much as we are coil spring forks. Still, the Husky and KTM are great performing bikes right out of the crate. They turn well, feel light, and that's because they are, have great power, and handle well. But the Husky and KTM weren't our favorite bikes. And that leaves the Honda, our favorite bike of the group. It received far more first place votes from our 9 official testers than any other bike. But Honda zeroed in on just the right changes that they needed to make for 2018 and produced a shootout winner. Our test riders almost all agreed that the CRF offers the best all-around package, now that it has e-start, standard, and stiffer suspension, not to mention coil spring forks, which it actually got last year. The Honda just does everything well, and when it comes to price, it's pretty much in the middle of the ballpark. You put it all together and you have your 2018 450cc MX Shootout winner.